I really am. I can't believe that this legislature has shirked their duty so bad. They had an opportunity to put a referendum before the people, to allow the people the right to vote on this important issue, and they wouldn't even trust them. In the House, they didn't even trust their own members. They wouldn't let them speak. They limited their speech, even among their colleagues. I mean, you know, how arrogant can a legislature be? You know, when President Truman was president, he called the Congress the do-nothing Congress. Well, today I call this legislature the do-nothing legislature, and I'm going to give them hell for it. I can't believe that they would have that much of a lack of respect for the people of Florida, that they wouldn't even give them the chance to vote on an issue that is impacting Florida as much as this one is. It is embarrassing to watch. It's embarrassing to watch. You know, I feel for the people. I'm sorry for their inability to be able to take this issue by themselves and have the chance to make a difference for the future of our state. To have the legislature disrespect them so much and thumb their noses at the people in this way is absolutely astonishing. It is clearly the exercise of arrogance of power. They've lost their way, and that's a shame. And you know, they did it on Senate Bill 6 too. Remember, they wouldn't take any amendments on Senate Bill 6. They limited debate on this issue that would have simply gone to the people and given them the right to vote. You know, I can't understand it. I can't describe that kind of illogical behavior. It is not appropriate, it's not fair, it's not right for the people. It is astounding to me. And both parties are guilty, the House and the Senate. I mean, even after the House decided that they were going to sine die after taking limited debate, the Senate could have made a stand. They could have been the upper chamber. They could have said, you know, we feel this is important, we want to get to the deal. They almost did that. You know, there was a motion to sine die that almost got defeated. It started gaining momentum on the floor as they started hearing the cogent arguments be made. That the people have a right, that they should be heard, that there should be more debate on this issue, that they should not go home, that they took the time to come here, and that the people's voice should be heard. Will take your questions.
Will you call him back over here?
Will I call him back? Yeah. Why? You know, today was their day. This week was their week. They had the chance to do the right thing right now. You know, they've proven that they failed. Why call them back? Watch them fail again and again and again?
What about the argument that a disaster, Tom Grady put it, the shadow of a disaster is no time to be making constitutional decisions about the state constitution?
The time to make decisions is when the issues are presented to you. This issue is front and center. If they can't make a decision now, when can they ever make a decision?
Governor, how do you tell the people now this wasn't a waste of their time and money?
Well, because, you know, cleaning up an oil spill will cost billions of dollars. We had the opportunity this week to prevent another one. That would have been priceless, and they let it go.
Governor, why didn't you expand the purpose of the session to include tax issues and other issues?
Nobody asked me to, for the record, in spite of what you heard on the Senate floor. Nobody asked me to expand the call. And I don't know where that came from. You know, nobody, but I'm happy to look at those issues subsequently. More than happy to. I've always said I don't think they're unimportant. I do think they're important. This one was time sensitive to be able to get on the ballot in November for the people. We had to act before August 4th or not act at all. Well, the legislature chose to not act at all. They are the do-nothing legislature.
Governor said he's ready and willing to come back this week, next week, to do the constitutional ban and other issues. And he said it would almost dare the House to walk out on those other important issues. Is that an option? Is that something you're willing to consider?
He had the chance to do it today. He had the chance to take up the constitutional amendment today, or tomorrow, or Thursday, or Friday, and for whatever reason decided not to. They punted.
Don't people deserve a second chance?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, you know, we have an opportunity to address some of these other issues, but this was the week to address this issue. You know, I mean, we've had, what, 90 days to watch this thing? It's abundantly clear to me what the people want. They wanted the opportunity to weigh in on this issue. They wanted the chance to vote, And the Senate and the House said no.
Well, you've been a part of this process for a long time. You've been in the legislature, now you've been in the executive branch. And surely you had an inkling that, when you called them in, that there was a possibility this would happen. Wouldn't you have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish just by not calling the session and saying it wasn't gonna work? It would be a waste of time and money because they're not gonna agree with it.
Well, you never
Why
know
go
what
through
might
this
happen,
process?
Jim, unless you try. You know, you never know what could happen if you try. And I felt the duty, as I said when I announced this special session, that I felt that duty to try for the people of Florida. You know, I had gotten some good indication from members of the Senate. I'd gotten very little conversation from members of the House, which is not shocking. I mean, but, you know, unless you actually bring them to it, you don't know for sure. Well, now we know for sure, you know, and it's a great disappointment to the people.
Governor,
back
do you
here,
now
we-
urge voters to fire House and Senate leaders come November?
Well, why wouldn't you? They sure didn't do their job. You know, most people who go to work, you know, if they don't show up and do their job, they do get fired. Thank you.